Welcome to Critical Role. Tonight, we return from last week's rather tense cliffhanger of a game. I'm really excited to get that underway. But for those who this is your first time watching, this is a show where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors play Dungeons & Dragons. Thanks to some of our wondrous, illustrious campmates, we were with the Burning Man. They gifted this unto us to gift unto you as we felt it was fitting and size appropriate.
Proportionally accurate.
Wow, this thing's amazing!
So thanks, post-nuclear family.
Well done.
Inside that you're awesome.
That's amazing.
It's like
you
hiding
guys.
your face.
The party, after traveling abroad at the distant city of Vasselheim and the surrounding lands, eventually returned to Iman to relax and take in a brief moment of respite before learning that the Briarwoods, two individuals responsible for much darkness and sadness in the history of Percy, were coming to court within a week to have a feast and talk with Sovereign Uriel Taldore. Of course, the members of VOX MACHINA, who are part of the Council of Taldore, were invited. Within that week, they made their various preparations. The Briarwoods arrived, a feast was put out. However, Percy went in under an illusion to look like Vax over here, while Vax went invisible. Everyone had formal attire on, weapons left at the door, unarmored, dressed for the occasion.
Okay, let's so we can like go get them.
Question: mine are on me, right? Since
Yeah, because you went in invisible, and you were kind of under the approval of the Seeker Asum.
just increase my chances by 2%. Thank you.
There you go. Sorry.
And Percy, your weapons are still on you because you had an illusion on you, right?
Correct. During the feast, conversations were had, questions were raised, and information was extracted. Seeker Asum had requested to have been met in the foyer by a rogue here who forgot and then decided to go on his own upstairs, following the Briarwoods to the second floor where their guest room was set. He distracted one of the guards with his serpent belt, knocked out the other, entered the room, and found himself face to face with the Briarwoods themselves. After a brief discussion, a little bit of awkwardness, you attempted to leave, but were placed in a holding pattern, if you will, by a hold person spell, and had the two Briarwoods come up to you, whisper in your ear that you had nothing to worry about. You look delicious. Your muscles locked in place, sweat beginning to bead down the front of your forehead, the realization of the immediate danger you put yourself in washing over you. You can see across the way, kind of in the dark candlelit area of the room by the canopy bed, is Lady Delilah Briarwood, hands still out, kind of smiling at you. Immediately to your left shoulder is Lord Silas Briarwood, who has leaned in and is actually pulling you away from the door now. You're skidding across the ground. As he shifts you, your legs unable to actually move. The Lord kind of whispers in your ear, "You are a curious one, and not quite gifted with the silver tongue. Yet, my love, we are not here to make enemies, nor raise suspicion. We are merely protecting ourselves from intrusion. Isn't that right?" As she looks at you and looks immediately to your right, where you can feel just the general presence of Lord Briarwood. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
18.
It's an 18.
What was
You're so
that?
demure.
How
I was
much?
gonna say.
I'm frozen.
18.
You feel your muscles relax, and you have control of your body, though you do feel the hand of Lord Briarwood right on your shoulder.
Indeed. We do require allies.
And as he kind of takes and moves his shoulder away, you find yourself kind of torso moving towards him. You lock eyes with him. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. This is technically a charm effect, and you being a half-elf, you do, I believe, get an advantage on those.
21.
21. You feel there's an extension of just the sheer force, some unnatural force of charisma that attempts to penetrate beyond the usual slippery mind that, Vax holds to such a high esteem. It's difficult to use. You manage to resist it and feel it wash over you as the slight tingling vanishes and the effect is left you unaffected by whatever he was attempting to try.
Ooh.
There's a brief moment as he kind of looks you over.
What do you need?
Yes.
Be a good boy.
Looks over. I need you to make a deception check.
15.
15. Okay. Kind of gives you a look. Very well.
What can I do to help? I'm pretty meager a servant, but anything you need. Gosh, you guys are good looking.
What do you think, my love? Lord Briarwood comes up from behind, his hands on the back of your shoulder, and says,
Like we said, you haven't the gift of the silver tongue.
Can I roll for initiative?
we're now rolling for it.
Oh, what's up?
Fuck.
Delilah kind of steps forward, and you can see there's a slight flash of kind of bluish purple arcane energy in her eyes, and her fingers coalesce around, and as she does, she draws her fingers up, and you feel this sudden cold pressure around your body. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, Vax.
19.
19, all right. As she does this, you feel all the flesh in kind of your torso and around your neck part of your body all of a sudden begin to dry and crack, as if the life force itself is beginning to wither and be drawn out. 21 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, that's blight.
Silas immediately kind of whips to one side, and with an unarmed claw attack, that giant fist is going to come to you on the side of your torso. 21 to hit.
That hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as this fist just socks you on the inside of your chest area, kind of hitting the sternum, and you feel like a slight pain crack sound as it hits and impacts against the leather. And you hear this little voice say,
Bon appetit.
25 to hit. All right. 6 points of piercing damage as suddenly you feel two extremely sharp, warm prongs jut in the side of your throat.
Oh, they are!
And that same cold sensation you felt across your torso all of a sudden begins to pull from the neck, and you feel as if the very warm blood around your throat begins to drain from it. You take an additional 12 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are currently reduced by 12.
Max.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to use cunning action, rogue's cunning action, to disengage. I am running straight at the window, and I'm using dash.
As your action.
Yeah, and I'm just leaping out the window and saying, Jenga.
Out the window, falling from the second story. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Oh God.
32.
That's it, yes.
Okay.
Do I even stop running?
You hit the ground with a tumble, and you get up and you continue to move forward. You've pushed into the courtyard now. You can see there's the cobblestone kind of road that surrounds the outskirts of the palace. There are a few bits of light, and you can see there's the carriage they came in. Horse is still attached. The younger man who kind of led them inside, who was riding the coach, is like kind of almost napping on the front, who is now looking over spooked at the sound of shattering glass as it clatters and around around you. Everyone else, you hear Jenga whispered through. Those of you who have the earrings on.
He's in trouble.
Jenga.
Time. Let's go.
I start running towards the door to grab weapons, and I'm saying into my ear, "Where are you? What's going on?"
I'm by the bartender saying, I ordered a large, please. Can I have a slightly larger one, please? What? Oh shit! Oh shit!
I turn it into, I'm gonna go eagle, and I start scouting the halls, looking for him.
I'm running with them towards the door.
I cast Fly myself. I follow suit behind her.
Lady Briarwood's kind of
We're running towards the room
right at the window.
that hallway.
Kind of looks down for a second, and I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
13.
A 13. So as you get up, you say, Jenga. Familiar feel comes over you as your muscles once again lock into place, and you kind of fall over from the momentum of the run. Lord Briarwood onto the ground next to you, like 3-point landing, kind of stands up over you with this grin. Delilah is now going to step out of the glass and kind of leap down, trying to catch herself. Falls flat on her ass. Like smacks on, like, ah! Gets herself up from the ground. But you see now in the window above her a small humanoid figure, a familiar one that was waiting for you earlier in the foyer, who apparently was hiding inside one of the dressers inside the room. She looks over to you.
Oh shit.
When we mark a target, it does not escape, I'm afraid.
Another Constitution saving throw.
9.
Roll a different. Start rolling a different time.
doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does.
It's random. The universe is random and doesn't care about you and me.
All right, so
That is true.
Life lessons by
For
Critical
proving
Role.
anything tonight.
Stay in school, kids.
34 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
What? Already?
Yeah. Here's what I think in a split second.
Okay.
Okay? I think of my friends that I've spent so much time with. I think of Keyleth, beautiful, walking under the trees. I think of my twin sister as a young girl. I think of the woman that she grew into, hiking over many, many, many miles together. My best friend. And before I can think no more, I say a prayer to Sarenrae to watch over my friends and keep them safe.
A small shiver runs down your spine, Vex. A feeling you haven't felt before. A feeling of sudden and immediate, sourceless dread. And in that instant, you know there is almost no time.
Can I use Hunter's Mark then and sense where Lady Briarwood is at that moment?
Yeah, she is actually, at this point, beyond the palace walls. You can sense, like knowing the palace wall, and you've been through this a while, you were expecting the second floor. It's that direction, but it's just outside the walls of the palace. And you guys just got your weapons and
take off
just
running
getting
that
the stairs.
direction.
For Scanlan, Grog, and Vexalia, your turn is making your way around to the outside. They're using a full run action. You haven't crested the outside of the palace yet. You don't see anything, but you're starting to make your way around the corner.
Can I use my earring
Yeah.
during that? And I tell Keyleth and Tiberius that I think they're outside the palace walls.
Okay.
And I don't run. I dimension door outside of the palace wall.
Okay. I will say, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
8.
8? Okay. You end up appearing right up here inside the room, looking at the window, and you can see down. Suddenly you look about, you're in this room. To the left of you is Seeker Asum, who doesn't even notice you're there. He's kind of currently putting away a crossbow. Looking out the glass window, you can see down with just a little bit of light that's down in the courtyard. You see Silas Briarwood looming over what looks to be the currently unconscious body of the Vaxel.
Fireball to those guys right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
35.
35? Okay. One of them gets blasted and thrown almost off his feet and pushed back from the sheer force 5 foot that direction. The one that's the side of the doorway, who was already at 1 hit point, barely brought from being knocked unconscious by Vex. You hear a scream, "Ah!" and is turned to ash, with charred armor left clattering across the ground. Both doors are blown open from the explosion.
And I rush right in.
A large portion of the room is currently like singed with black, and the jaw kind of opens slack and takes 2 instinctual steps back into the hallway.
Run, bitch.
Does not appear to be interested in threatening what just blew his friend into ashes.
Cremated him.
As you rush in, you see this giant fireball blast through the middle of the hallway. 2 of the guards are sent off to the side. There's this hurried look and this shout. And you've seen these individuals throughout the palace before, and they're part of the council. You've always kept a distance from them, just kind of keeping, you're a servant of the palace. You want to keep up appearances for many reasons.
DM, who is this person who's just joined us? For the audience, do you know?
We don't know yet.
This is
guess we
this is
don't know.
Kit Buss, who's
Yes.
our official artist for Critical Role. Who's in from the UK to join us for 1 session.
That's the United Kingdom.
Where the real accents come from.
Yeah.
Could I use my turn to dash to get
could.
through the doors?
Let's see. That'll get you right there. You can just look past the doors and they're blown open, and that'll be your turn there.
That's perfect.
So Secret Awesome.
Seeker Awesome?
I hope he's awesome.
Asum. He's pretty awesome. He's going
would
to
assume.
leap down here, lands immediately, angrily rushes forward, going, "No!" and reach down and grab the unconscious body of Vax, and is going to attempt to move you away from here. Talus does get an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, shit.
So it hits you, but you immediately take a death saving throw. Instantaneously.
Wait, like he doesn't get to roll?
Yes,
No, I roll.
So you failed 1.
Failed one.
He just fails.
Yep.
Rushes up to join the fray there. Is going to look towards Seeker Asum and say, "This quarrel is not with you." As Asum kind of looks over his shoulder, Asum relaxes his grip.
Oh, son of a...
back to his body and kind of stands to attention, and you just hear him say, "My apologies, I did not mean to meddle," and seems to be kind of stepping out of the fray.
I'm going to go double my speed, which my flight speed is 80 feet right now, and I'm gonna head towards to pick up Scanlan.
But you manage to just kind of make your way in there. As you whoosh, whoosh come down, you grab Scanlan, but there's not a lot of room here to get, much lift or air, so you're now kind of clutching your gnome by this
Would I
unbroken
get
window.
a save?
Do you not want to be grabbed by her?
Well, I don't know if she's there.
It's true.
So I don't know what's grabbing me.
I mean, you've seen me turn
see
into an
a giant
eagle.
I'm not even looking at you. All I hear is...
eagle. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
At 19.
19. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check to avoid it.
15.
15. As much as you try and fight, the eagle grabs you. Your tiny gnome form is grasping its claws.
First I got a small drink, and now this.
I need you to make a second death saving throw.
God damn it.
I succeeded.
Okay. Vex. You
on, Vex.
swing around the corner, just getting to the outskirts, and in the darkness.
Right as I get outside, lightning arrow right at her face.
Don't miss.
Okay. Go for it. Roll for it.
Grand natural 20!
Yes!
It comes through your veins in an attempt of vengeance at what apparently seems to be your twin brother at death's door. You pull the arrow from the back of your quiver as you feel like the energy gather from the atmosphere around you. While the energy itself is like a blue crackling energy, you just see it as bright, vibrant, crimson red, and you release it with a scream towards Lady Briarwood. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
There's 32
32, alrighty.
damage on her, and then everybody within 10 feet
Takes.
has to make a deck save.
The lightning hits her. It shocks her, and you see the pain come through. But for the sheer force that should have been, it seems almost like it wasn't quite as impactful as it should have been.
Electricity.
She's got some sort of magic resist or something. Electricity.
However, Lord Briarwood and Seeker Asum both fail, so they both take the additional damage.
Oh, good. A 9. And then times 2 because it was critical.
Sure, I'll.
Haggling.
I'm gonna attack her through my blazing bowstring. Natural 20! Yes! Inspired by my brother! 17 times 2 is 34.
Hunter's mark.
Plus his Hunter's Mark damage, which is another fucking 6.
Jesus.
And she kind of looks at you for a second, and she extends one cruel finger towards you with a look of intense hatred. I need you to make a Constitution save.
17.
17. Okay. 66 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As a sickly beam of black energy just streaks out from her finger, plows into your torso, and you feel as if your soul is temporarily pulled from a portion of your body. For a second there, your eyes glance past the threshold of death, and you manage to pull yourself back in.
Fuck are these people?
Brush of the finger of death.
Raging, I see Vex take off so fast. I try and catch up to her and see what's freaking her out so much. My speed is 50.
Can I still see through the window?
You can see through the window right there, yeah.
Okay, then I will heal Vax.
Okay, so drop a healing word on him.
Okay. Oh, that Vax. Back a bit by vampires, and his skin's turning pale and white. But yeah, don't worry, he's around the corner.
What's going on?
Here comes Scanlan, everything's gonna be alright. I'm going insane. Even though it's a bonus action, I'm gonna do it as a 5th level spell.
Okay. So you heal 17 hit points. Consciousness comes to you, breath comes into your chest, and you can feel the cold, wet grass against the left side of your face. And then you kind of look up over, you can see immediately to the right of you, both Lord and Lady Briarwood standing over you, kind of looking down with one half of their gaze, the other paying attention to this.
They're looking at me.
So they're kind of looking down at you and kind of glancing at this slowly encroaching circle of assailants.
I lift my hand cone of clarity, and I sing to Lady Delilah. Hey there, Delilah, won't you listen to me, cause I'm about to cast a spell on you. Ooh. Oh! Okay, so I'm gonna use suggestion on her. This is so stupid.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'm suggesting
at your feet.
that she has an unquenchable urge to make out with her husband.
All right. Yeah, she rolled a natural 18 plus her wisdom bonus of 2. That puts her at a 20.
She doesn't feel even a little bit horny?
You gather that probably all given points of time, she probably enjoys being close to her husband, but not overcome with an uncontrollable urge.
Am I able to move
Yes,
somewhere where I can see them?
3, 4, 5, 6. So you kind of would have to like leap up onto the edge of the canopy bed,
Okay.
and you can just see them past the broken window down into the courtyard right there.
I would like to use Crown of Madness.
Crown of
If I
Madness.
may.
Wait, I thought she was just a common guard.
Even with his +7.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, is something actually going to work?
He is going to use his legendary resistance to succeed the saving throw. Like, the magical energy kind of form around his head, and this like crown of darkened arcane energy forms and begins to clasp around, and he kind of looks up for a second and shrugs his hair like that, and it dissipates. As it was a concentration spell, also the illusion that you currently were holding fades away. A pale white tiefling, currently now existing at the edge of the bed.
I'll start with bad news.
Yeah.
All right, against who?
Silas!
Yes.
30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll.
Rock his shit.
It's about to feel so good.
God, mercy!
Turn on.
Decleat this motherfucker.
That's 17 points of damage.
Okay. The shot echoing out across the night sky of Iman. Lord Briarwood, who is currently kind of staring down at you, is coming to consciousness, and you can see under his breath, he says,
Oh, there's no way out tonight, friend.
and kind of begins to lean forward before the back of his shoulder is racked by a sudden impact. You see a lot of material just spatter out with some sort of dark crimson. He looks over his shoulder with anger, and you can see at that point, glistening across the moonlight, the sharpened fangs visible at the edge of his mouth. As it looks over,
Is he looking at me?
yeah.
Okay, good. I'm taking another aim shot at his face.
Okay, so use your second attack to reload.
24 to hit.
24 to hit will hit.
That's 28 points of damage, and he has disadvantage on all attacks for this round.
Yes!
As you load the weapon, he says it loudly enough for you to hear, but this voice now, you see Lord Briarwood says,
Would you look at that, dear? The pup yet lives.
a big chunk of flesh is just blown off and you can see the bone beneath. Silas is going to, seeing the circumstance, reach down
Oh,
and
no,
attempt
no,
to
no, 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 no.
grab you. It just missed entirely. Second one is going to go for another attempted grapple on you.
Can I call out with cutting words to distract him?
You could, yes.
Okay. Distraction! Distraction! Feedle deedle diddle deedle distraction! Distraction! 6.
Okay. As he reaches down, attempting to grapple you and grab you by the throat, the fingers are coming towards you, and you try and attempt to roll all the way. All of a sudden, you hear distraction, and Bob's, you see like generic eye roll, and then goes in for the attack. But that's giving you enough time to kind of roll out of the way, and his hand only meets the ground beneath.
Yeah.
Nice!
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna fly out the window with Scanlan. I'm gonna go ahead and drop him off.
Okay.
I'll drop eagle form.
Okay. Keyleth, all of a sudden, the eagle condenses down and forms back into Keyleth in her half-elven form.
And I will also use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Vax.
Ooh.
I'll cast it at 3rd level. It's 17 points. Oh, no, wait. No, 15.
Okay.
This is what I want to do. You tell me if it's possible. Click my boots of haste, get up, use disengage again, and then run like a motherfucker. Straight towards.
Yeah, you can probably do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it!
That's
Do
what
it.
I want to do.
Okay.
Silence.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm tip of the spear now. Jesus.
The Dragonborn is flying up to the window, and Delilah kind of looks back at everyone and sees everyone rushing forward and says, "Honey, you deal with them. Worst comes to worst." And she glances up at you. "But you."
I'm Tiberius Stormwind.
"Yes, indeed, you are." There's this tidal wave of arcane energy that blasts into your mind. I need you to go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
18.
18? 21 points of psychic damage.
Ow! Ow!
Your intelligence and charisma scores become 1.
What?
Oh, total?
Suddenly, language leaves you. All the spells,
Well,
the
to be
whole
fair, it
nature of
wasn't there
spell
to
casting, the nature of spell casting is robbed, and you know where you are, but everything is instinctual. For this point, you are essentially from a communication standpoint, a giant lizard. Tiberius.
I'm just gonna do.
It's your turn. You still know your friends. You know you have friends here. You know there's something to protect. You know that people need protection. You must protect, and that's kind of the extent of where your drive is right now.
I'm gonna go out the door and back on the hallway.
Okay.
Hello! What a lovely dinner! We had lightning!
So they do both make their saving throws. They both take half damage.
Okay.
So
32.
32, okay. 16 to Silas, and 8 to Lady Delilah.
Oh, she can take half of half?
Apparently.
I would like to use Phantasmal Killer.
What is that?
It's Lord Briarwood.
So, chose to make his save using his legendary resistance. Target still becomes frightened. The duration.
That's good.
That's fun.
I'm just her. in general.
So now as you do this and look up, Lord Briarwood has had this kind of cocky grin the whole time, kind of sees this sudden albino, essentially, tiefling in the window glare down and send this kind of shimmering wave of arcane energy hissing from above. The echo of the hiss hits Lord Briarwood, and for the first time you see him recoil in strange momentary terror and seems to almost step back into the side of his wife. Glances over her shoulder towards her, and she kind of gives him a look of misunderstanding and acknowledgement.
Pull the pepper box. Silas! I'm getting his attention again. So I'm going to be using my sharpshooter for this.
Okay, go for it.
26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
22 points of damage and 1 point of fire damage.
All right.
25.
25 hits.
21 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Shooting again.
All right.
18.
18 does not hit. The first shot off the shoulder, the second one hits the same point where the bad news hit the arm, blasting off another chunk of flesh. And the third one, this time you can actually see the shadows tend to coalesce around him, and the shot just misses through the darkness and reforms into the physical form of Silas. Silas now pulls off from the back. You can see this shimmer as there was an illusion dissipates. A large scabbard appears, pulling this giant, dark, slate gray greatsword from the back, and lunges forward towards you, Grog. You have 26 to hit.
It's
12 points of slashing damage, reduced to 6. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
18. All right. You feel like the actual wound from the blade is attempting to draw some force from your body, but you just flex and kind of whatever arcane enchantment is resisted. Turns around for a second swipe. 19.
Hits.
15 points of slashing damage. Half that.
7.
To 7. It'll be 8 because roll round up for you, so 8. And make another Constitution saving throw.
21.
Yeah, once again, just there's some sort of enchantment that's trying to pull from the wounds as it hits you, and you just kind of grin them off with this chuckle.
So I take my staff and I crack it on the ground. Little ice crystals start forming against the ground and start making ice. And I'm gonna cast Sleet Storm.
So as you slam the ground, the ice begins to move around, and all of a sudden the cold air begins to form this almost like mist as the temperature shift suddenly impacts the surrounding vicinity. The grass freezes in place. You can see bits of ice and sleet begin to rain down in the vicinity.
The ground in the area is difficult terrain because it's covered with slick ice. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, or on its turn starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw, or else it's knocked prone because they slip and fall. If a creature is concentrating in the spell's area, the creature must make a successful concentration saving throw against your spell's DC or lose concentration.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him.
On him? Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna shoot my holy arrow through my blazing bowstring one more time.
Okay, go for it.
28.
28 does hit.
Okay, good.
And you do an additional 2d6 radiant damage to Lord Briarwood.
So 29 damage.
Okay, good enough. So as the arrow impacts, he kind of puts up his cloak to kind of guard it in time. As it goes through the cloak, you hear this in pain as the arrow bursts, and as the cloak comes back, you can see this kind of burning sensation across the front of Lord Briarwood.
I'm gonna hit him again. That's a 29 to hit.
That was my phone.
29 will hit.
Noises.
32.
Whew, nice. Second one shatters, and you can see now, like, part of the jaw is kind of hurt and wounded. There's kind of this wild kind of frenzy to his face, as you can see Lord Briarwood's starting to look a little ragged. My dear, I fear it's time that we make our leave.
Make our leave?
She casts
They're gonna bamf.
Cast Dimension Door. Both of them
Oh, shit.
out of visible range.
I do have Hunter's Mark on him.
On him, yes. You sense that they're not that far from you. They're around the corner where you guys came from. As you guys rush around the corner, you can see on the very edge of the cobblestone walkway, the carriage that they came in is now gaining speed and heading down.
Right now, I'm going to try and take out a wheel.
Take on a wheel, take on a wheel!
Go for it.
Close the gates!
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. All right. The wheel splinters and is now coasting on the ground. The young gentleman who's currently on the top is looking over his shoulder, trying desperately to usher it away. So you cast the Sleet Storm again?
Yeah.
What's the range on it?
150 feet.
150 feet. Poof, the Sleet Storm lands down. The cobblestone becomes sleek. The carriage begins kind of rocking back and forth. That is a 2. The carriage slams onto the side of the ground and skids to a halt in the middle of the ice. The sleet's still spackling down as you guys all have turn the corner now as you approach. The door kind of pops open. Lord Bemarkin stands up and he's trying to compose himself, kind of ruffles himself angrily, looking at his damaged circumstance. Lady Briarwood's kind of against her shoulder, and she kind of goes, at the very least, I think you should come visit us sometime, Percy. You're always welcome back home. It'd be nice if you visited your family once in a while. She wraps her arms around him and she whispers in his ear, shh, it's all right. And they both vanish in a swirl of arcane energy. You walk over to the carriage driver who is currently on the ground, this young man.
What do you know?
About what?
I shoot him in the right hand.
It's an easy enough hit. He's prone before you. 3 of his fingers are blown off, and the kind of bloody stuff is shaking it. I'm sorry. Look.
You're from Whitestone, yes?
You don't know what it's like. I had no choice.
Well, you do now. I'll reload again and put it on his left hand.
Please don't, please.
Frederick de Rollo. Where is he?
He's gone. He's gone, sir. I'm sorry.
Lady Johanna.
They're all gone. So they all...
Julius de Rollo.
No.
Vesper de Rollo. Whitney de Rollo. Ludwig de Rollo. Oliver de Rollo.
Your family's gone, sir. They were taken. They were killed. I'm sorry.
You will tell us everything you've seen.
They'll find me, sir. They'll kill me.
No, they won't. Because I will kill you first. Tell me what you've seen.
What do you need? Just let me go, please.
Do it,
I want you to spend the rest of your life making up for the things you've allowed to happen.
What did I
I now take the butt of my gun and I'm going to knock him unconscious.
Okay.
21.
21. At the point of life he has left. Whack! Yeah, he just falls and crumples to the ground unconscious. You guys all take a moment to breathe in and realize the danger that just transpired. Briarwood's got away. God knows where they're off to. And you all look about at the guards gathering, making questions, and there are now 2 guards very intensely harrying this tiefling that kind of showed up out of nowhere and began aiding in the battle. Tiberius, you've stepped up the front of the stairs as Allura comes rushing out to inspect everything and sees you. Tiberius,
Universal symbol for
you look...
I'm choking.
What is it?
Tiberius, you're all right. You've been cursed by something. Hold on. And she begins. She takes your head and holds you in place to kind of calm you down. Tiberius, calm yourself. She begins to inspect you and kind of running her fingers over the side of your snout and kind of like, this is not good. This is very powerful magic. Please sit tight. Stay right here.
I turn and look. You.
What's your name?
You helped us.
You have interesting taste in enemies, almost as interesting as mine. My name is Lilith.
Lilith. Interesting taste in enemies. Do you know anything about vampires?
Regrettably, not as much as I would like.
Oh, well, what do you deal in?
I think you have currently more pressing matters than my concerns, my presence here in the castle.
Then you'll come with us.
If that is what you wish.
Yes.
You feel this kind of warm bolt of heat in your kind of upper torso area, and you guys watch as Suddenly, across the front of her chest, this strange, glowing red eye-like sigil emblazons across the front, and then slowly fades.
I am just looking at the symbol. I'm not looking at anything else.
What was that?
I must leave. I must leave this place right now.
Then what happened?
Immediately. I drop a shroud of illusion over myself again, become the maidservant.
You guys watch her visual image shimmer back into that of the servant, and even through the illusion, there is still this kind of dull, pulsating, kind of red, glowing arcane mark of an eye that just like slowly shimmering on the front of her torso.
What is that? What is that mark on you?
This is the mark of the broker.
The broker?
The broker. He has been seeking me, and I have been hiding here, but no longer. He has found me. This mark, it means that I cannot hide any longer. I must leave.
You helped us in battle. Do you need us to help hide you?
I would not drag you into my troubles. I know who you are. You are VOX MACHINA.
Oh, yes.
You traveled with my cousin Zara.
Oh! I had a slumber party with her.
She's so wonderful. I love her so much.
We are very close. She is a dear friend of mine, but she told me of you. I know you have your own troubles. I would not drag you into mine.
Well, look, we've got to make a pit stop at the Temple of Sarenrae anyway. Why don't you at least join us, and then we can at least go back to Grayskull Keep for dinner, because we also have to drag this prisoner back there, so it's along the way.
Yeah, any watcher that comes after you, we'll fight them. We're very strong right now and full of health.
Yes.
We protect things with tails.
gosh. Yes,
Okay, it's very painful.
A voice rings out suddenly from behind you towards the palace.
Oh, man.
All of you, stop your business! And you look and you see there, in his robe, Zuriel, which you summoned, standing at the front of the palace. Am I to understand there has been a scuffle with my guests?
Your guests are vampires. Look at my brother right now.
I'm certain there is some sort of explanation for this.
Yes.
Yes, you
they're
invited vampires into your palace.
You invited them in.
We will investigate. Right, the Briarwoods are esteemed guests of ours and friends.
The Briarwoods murdered the Derolos and took Whitestone. I have proof. I was there.
Then we shall have to have a conversation. For the time being, take care of this one. Tomorrow when the sun rises, find yourself back to the palace. I would like very much to speak with you. This disturbs me.
We have earned your trust, have we not?
You have? But as of they.
Allura kind of takes Tiberius, take you by the elbows, and
If you are indeed going to a cleric, perhaps you should take Tiberius with you. He is not well.
you all eventually make your way to the Temple of Sarenrae. The lantern light of the interior of the temple's main structure is low, as it is late in the evening. Nevertheless, the gates are always open. And as you enter, you are greeted by two clerics that are dressed in long glowing, kind of long flowing yellow and gold robes. And there is one elderly cleric that you recall, the one that led the resurrection ritual on Pike.
Please, sir, I hope we're not disturbing you, but we need your help again.
I totally eat it and just hit the ground.
Really?
The older one steps forward. He's kind of balding on top, this long, struggling kind of white gray hair that kind of.
I go up to him and start sniffing him.
This is part of the problem.
There does appear to be arcane residue on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we could hope to cleanse him of this. Come, enter. Light the lanterns.
And the clerics will often start turning up the various lanterns and the magical light sources. Then, as you enter the center of the temple, they begin burning various incense. As you step up, the cleric says,
Understand these services are intensive in the costs required to present them. Do you?
We'll pay whatever cost you need.
No, we should haggle, don't you think?
No.
Clerics, come on.
For this one, you require a donation to the Temple of Sarenrae of 100 gold pieces.
Oh, done.
Easy.
steps forward and touches the side of your head in your temple and begins to focus. The Sarenrae holy symbol begins to glow against the front of his clavicle, and suddenly you can see these kind of strange gray-like veins that had kind of wrapped around the sides of Tiberius's head retract, dissipate, and then fade as intelligence swells back into your brain. And for the first time in at least the past half an hour or so, you are back to being Tiberius Stormwind.
And what is wrong with this?
He was bitten by something quite unholy.
That's wrong.
Well, the good news is if you're standing here, then most of the danger is gone. As long as this doesn't get infected, it should be all right. From what I know of vampirism, it requires many tastes of your life force and then bringing you to the threshold of death and beyond to truly turn you. Nevertheless, sleep calls to me. I must get back to
Sleep calls to us as well, sir.
Well,
Yes.
Good night and adieu
Thank
to you
you.
all.
Vax,
So,
Don't know what you're missing.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for your risk. Yes, you were foolish, but thank you.
I walk up to Vax and I extend my hand and I say, I'm glad you didn't die.
I love you, Grog. Would you like to draw balls on my forehead?
And I reach back and I backhand him as hard as I can.
Roll an attack.
I don't move at all, I just take it.
6 points of backhand bludgeoning damage as Grog just whack, 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 whack. The echo from the impact.
And I say, no one kills you but me.
You kind of deserve that.
We still haven't found what the broker, who he is, or what he is.
Do you need to run from the broker, or can you stay with us for a few days?
How
I don't think it's
well
money.
guarded against scrying is your keep?
Not at all.
As you guys are having this discussion, a voice rings out behind you and says, "Oh, don't worry. It's not going to help you." A gentleman standing there, about 25 feet away from you. Darkened brown and black, studded leather armor with a cloak over one shoulder. Standing straight with a grin. Deep, deep, dark red skin, burning yellow eyes, and jet black slicked hair between two horns that jut back. With two individuals flanking from side to side that are slowly stepping.
I don't know what they do, but I'm raising my arm up.
I take
Who
the
goes
hammer
there? Who are
and
you?
make the fire.
I have no quarrel with any of you. We've been scouring the city for a fugitive for a number of weeks. And as luck would have it, you guys happen to smoke her out of a hole.
I go ahead and crack my staff on the ground and cast anti-life shell.
Roll initiative.
Oh,
as
shit.
Get close to me, get close to me!
Keyleth started this.
Nothing aside from undead and constructs can get into it. You can still cast spells and like fire bows.
Oh,
and you can
good.
still do stuff. It's not.
Cool.
We can go out. They just can't get in.
To the left, there is a sickly-looking older woman with dark, verdant clothing that flow and drag behind her. To the right is a shirtless humanoid with darker, scarred skin, very muscular, shirtless torso, wearing a white, featureless mask over the face. And they both kind of crawl on the sides.
Sweet Lilith, you've been a very bad girl.
Oh.
Nefertiri, Nethspira, and Belenor would all like to have a word with you.
You tell my sister I hope her face still festers.
Choice is made.
Can I use Phantasmal Killer again, please?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Okay.
All right, against which one?
Against the broker.
All right.
29.
Woohoo!
As that hits, you can see he kind of looks at you, and his expression goes from like glee to terror. He's like immediately reconsidering his decision here.
I want to tell Trinket to cannonball!
Oh!
The two lined up right there.
Rolls forward, and both of them try and move out of the way. They both get their dex save. Boker manages to whoosh, pull out of the way just in time. However, the other, the big, thicker character doesn't quite have the dexterity to shift out of the way and takes the full impact. 14 points of bludgeoning damage as Trinket just tears through.
Nice!
Eat it! Go
He
Trinket!
is knocked prone.
Yes!
Good job, buddy! I'm gonna attack the broker.
Okay.
26.
26 against the broker?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
14. And I'm gonna assume, I mean, it's probably way, way too far, but I want to keep my hunter's mark on Lord Briarwood for the time being. So I'm not gonna break that, even though he's probably far away.
Okay. And it's starting to sweat, starting to bead. This confidence that strolled into is quickly failing.
I'm gonna cast a 5th level fireball right on the cusp where it hits those two buttholes. 46.
46.
Wow.
As the explosion bursts forth, the flames kind of dissipate. You can see the broker there looking angry, frightened.
Yeah, I'll try eye bite on her.
This is the
All right.
time.
Now it does not make it.
Okay.
So what are you choosing?
I choose sleep.
Nice.
Okay. So
Rock-a-bye, old lady.
comes around. She's holding this kind of gnarled wand in her hand. As she comes around, she gives you this strange look. Goes,
Sleep. Yes.
Yes!
unconscious on the ground, sleeping.
Awesome. Well done.
I take out the javelin of lightning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I whisper the command word, which is Penelope, and I throw it in a straight line, which will hit all three of them in a 5-foot wide line that extends 120 feet.
You're so smart, girl.
You just did math.
Look at you.
5 foot wide, so it'll hit. If it goes in a straight line, it'll hit him and one of these, or her and one of these two guys.
It
hits everything in a 5 foot wide.
the guy that's standing.
Okay.
Yeah, the broker.
All right.
Hit the broker.
And as you throw it kind of downward, the javelin, as it leaves your hand, goes from a metallic blade to a bolt of arcing electric energy that slams downward. The old one on the ground gets no saving throw because she's unconscious.
14.
The lightning bolt arcs through the old woman. She kind of shakes awake, screaming as the bolt arcs upward from the ground, and right before it goes towards the broker, as he kind of rears back in fear, it solidifies into the javelin once again and slams into the front of his torso. It's like,
I did magic!
It was very impressive. Good job, Grog.
Thank you, Penelope.
Okay. Before I start to do anything, I'm going to look him in the eye. What is wrong with you? Don't you see there's nothing here for you? Run away before you die. There is no option, and I'm just going to start unloading. Natural 20.
Damn, son!
That's 16 points of damage.
this is to the broker or to the?
To the broker. I'm just shooting at the
Okay.
broker. Sharpshooter shot misses. 19.
19 hits.
All right. 8 points of damage.
All right.
Blowing an action surge. I'm firing 3 more times. 25. 10 points of damage plus 4 points of fire damage.
Mess with the bull, you get
A
the
sharpshooter shot, that's 22. 21 points of damage. Another sharpshooter shot with ice fire. And finally I get the gun jam.
Misfire?
And I put it away.
First and foremost, how do you want to do this?
And I'm just firing chest shots, and I'm just making a hole the size of a baseball in his chest. And as it happens, as I keep unloading, the gun still breaks, and I'm still pulling the trigger. You fool! Your soul is forfeit! Die! Die!
The old woman gets up. Bonus action casts Misty Step,
Misty Step. Oh,
appearing 30 feet over here, and immediately just like,
Counterspell.
5th level.
Fuck it.
So she just starts bolting this.
That's the best running I've ever seen.
Upon seeing Percy go absolutely insane and screaming, "Your soul is now forfeit,"
Yeah, that did come out, didn't it?
out of
Sorry.
shock, my anti-life shell kind of dissipates, and I spend my action staring at him.
All right.
wow. For the roleplay, not the damage.
I would like to use Animate Dead on the broker, please.
You nasty woman, you.
Okay. You can begin using it because it's a 1 minute casting time.
Sure.
From there, you begin concentrating on animate that. You begin like pouring through and speaking in guttural tones that have multiple layers of tonality and volume. It's this weird kind of strange symphony of discordant voices as she begins to speak. You can see now the smoking, ruined body of the broker begins to just shift and twitch on its own.
I'm gonna attack him with my entangle arrow.
Okay.
28.
That definitely is.
15 plus whatever entangle, whatever.
Alrighty, good enough. It doesn't do any actual damage on the impact.
Oh.
Instead, what it does is when it smacks into it, there's a pouch in the front that detonates from the impact and sends this very quick-setting, thick tar-like glue substance
That's cool.
that just spatters across body and lower torso, and it kind of expands like a foam. and is currently grappled by it and cannot move from its place.
Awesome. I'll shoot another arrow at the other lady.
Okay, go for it. Roll for an attack.
I know she's running away, but she's bad guy. I didn't hit her, though.
You roll.
A 16.
It's funny. Mages don't have a lot of armor. Even with mage armor, you managed to hit her square in the back. Go ahead and roll damage.
16.
16. All right.
I guess I won't go to my granddaughter's birthday.
She goes and stumbles and kind of catches herself and gets back up, and you can see the arrow sticking straight up out of her back, like 4 inches in the back.
Stop
of the
running,
blade.
Grandma!
She's becoming a Monty Python sketch.
So I only get 1 6th level spell, but it says on iBite that every subsequent action I can use, I can do it again.
You just choose somebody else to do it to you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do it to her again.
Yeah, she's within range.
Cone.
And what are you doing?
Just fall asleep again. Back to sleep.
Falls asleep on the ground with an arrow right out of the back. Range.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm going to look down, and I'm going to pull out my crow blade, and I'm going to throw it in the air and cast telekinesis on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, stupid bitch.
Okay, go ahead and roll a spell attack roll.
That's 31.
Yeah, it's also a critical hit because she's currently asleep. So 26 plus 5, that's 31 points of damage. So the unconscious woman, face down on the ground, the blade just tears through and grinds a large wedge out of her back, spraying a bit of gore across the nearby grass. Thankfully, she was asleep, so she probably didn't feel it. I'll say for the sake of brevity at this point, over time you all kind of slowly gather around the guy who's glued to the ground. He's fighting it first. And you see, like, kind of lowers his head, kind of giving into his fate.
Kill me. Give me honor.
Okay.
I have fallen.
If honor is what he wants, do not give it to him. Let him live.
She's smart.
Ooh, I like it. I
Yeah.
walk up and I take his mask off.
Okay, you pull the mask off. You can see the face beneath. It's humanoid, but right as you get past like the nose and the mouth area, it's all melted like a horrible acid burn. Like there's just severe damage to the face.
Kill me. It's all I have.
Sorry, darling. You live.
And it's like flexing and reaching out at you, but just can't quite get the range. At this point, notice that the mark that was left in the chest has vanished. Upon the point of the broker's death, whatever enchantment was placed upon you that was keeping you under his gaze was abolished. As you're still concentrating on the spell, slowly the broker steps up. The eye is kind of rolled back in white. The giant wound in the chest kind of hobbles towards you.
Return to Palak-Lasterka and present yourself to my sisters. Let them see what good it will do them to hunt me.
Turns around and starts shambling.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. And as he's walking away, I'm gonna loot that dude. Take shit off him, man. Come on.
A vicious short sword.
Ooh.
Plus one vicious short sword. Stepping off into the night in the
What about
direct.
the old lady?
It's gonna scare the shit out
So
of
you can loot off her?
The old lady has mostly a basic wand. It's a +1 wand.
Here's a wand.
Ring of protection.
It's a ring. I take it. Put it on. For the time being.
Roughly 320 gold
Sweet.
amongst the two of them. At this point in time, the other guy's like kind of exhausted himself now, just still in places.
I look at him and I ask, my sisters, they are responsible for this?
I've been this my whole life. They gave me purpose.
They will not give you purpose. You are better out of their shadow, trust me, I know.
I know not what reason I live.
You seem a capable fighter, yes? My cousin recently became member of the Slayer's Take in Vesselheim. Perhaps you would care to go find purpose in testing your skills there. They look for nothing but strength and honor.
At which point there's a large cracking sound as the hardened foam breaks from one leg, breaks the other leg free, and stands there now before you.
I will walk and I will think. Perhaps I will drown.
And he turns and starts just walking towards the shoreline on the other side to the west of
Yes.
I've heard many wonderful things about you from Zara, and I am honored to not only have met you, but also to have had your aid in this matter. I am profoundly grateful. If there is ever any opportunity at which I can return the favor, I am not useful for much, but perhaps a little smoke and mirrors I can do.
The time draws late and cold.
Lilith, would you like to stay the night before you move on?
If I would not put you at
Not even a little.
Please, have dinner with us.
then it would be my pleasure.
And we head back to the keep.
All right.
As the twins are walking, I say, I guess I'm going to make a promise not to stray from your side.
Remember that promise.
Promise.
And that will be our freeze frame credit high five for the evening. All right, so
Nice job, kid!
Oh, and our anniversary is tomorrow!
Happy anniversary!
Oh, we gotta go.
all right, go. Travel safe. Bye, guys.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I hold your mug? I want to see what it feels like. Wow. Look at the size
Still
of
got
that.
some booze in there if you want to take a slurp.
Yeah.
Oh, God.